Hi everyone. So I'm trying out a new angle today and I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but let me know and I can definitely readjust if we need to. Okay, so I need to start off by threading my machine because I just switched thread. Hi Cindy, hi Belle, hi Joanne. Oh, that's nice. Oh my gosh, how did this happen? I swear I have the worst luck with Sewalongs with everybody. Seriously, how did this happen? Look at my walking foot. That's not supposed to look like that. Also, the bottom part, which, I mean, this can go back on, but what the heck happened? And it looks like bent so perfectly, too. I don't understand. I don't know if this is salvageable. I can get this foot back in. Hi, Diane. But without getting this to stick to this bar, I don't know how that's going to work. So let's hope that I don't need to use a walking foot today. I will have to see if there is a Juki dealer around me somewhere so that I can buy a new one. I am so mad. I don't even know how that happened. How does that happen? Hi, Maureen. Okay, well, today then we are going to do things that don't have a lot of crazy bumps because I don't have a walking foot that works. So in the meantime, we're going to hope that this works. So for now, I've put in a Teflon foot. It's hinged. Nothing very special about it except for the fact that it's Teflon. Supposedly Teflon. Okay, so how's everybody's day going? I hope it's going better than mine. I mean, my day was good until I pushed live and then everything broke. I don't understand. And now my bobbin is stuck in the bobbin case. Good thing I have another bobbin case. I don't want to wind another bobbin. Ugh. Okay, anybody got any tips for getting your bobbin out when it's stuck? I really don't understand what the problem is. Okay, so I'm going to wind a new bobbin. There is a slot down the side, Katie, but I can't even get it to come out from there. Mary, I am very glad you found us. And trim this real quick. Lizzie thinks that I should tell it I love and appreciate it. Okay, Juki, I love and appreciate you, and it would be great if you could work properly. Okay, let's try with a different bobbin case. Oh, Judy, I did not see that until now. Okay, and we will rethread. I'm still really sad that I don't know what happened to my walking foot. And it is mangled beyond repair. Pretty sure these walking feet are like $100, give or take. Do you know how much fabric and hardware and vinyl that is for a stinking foot? Very upset now. What in the... Okay, well, I think my Juki hates me because it's dirty. So let's brush it out. Wow, it's really dirty. I can't even remember what I sewed last on here that left this much lint. Cheryl, I am using just regular universal sharps and size 100/16. Hi, Colleen. Well, you didn't miss much so far. Just me breaking my walking foot somehow. And then me not being able to remove a bobbin from the bobbin case. And I swear it just moved. I don't understand. Okay. We're going to hope this works. Okay, now it's feeding fine. Okay, now it is like 10 minutes later and we can finally do something. So I like to start with the the straps. And this one's got a lot of them. So we have 2 top straps, 2 bottom straps, and a handle. I think I got distracted yesterday and did not label all of my pieces. So I am going to do that quickly. This is not even the right vinyl. Oops. Here we go. So this one's the handle. This is the strap support. This is 20, the bottom strap, and I now have 4 of those. Oh, sorry, my nose is itchy. And then we have 2 top straps. And this whole live is going to be just making straps. But at least we will have it done and over with after. Okay. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Hopefully you can see my mat and my workspace, because this is where I am going to be folding everything. Hold on, gotta get a ruler. Somebody yesterday was asking about how to keep your ruler from moving when you're using a rotary cutter. Can't remember who it was, and I did mention these little suction grip handles, and I couldn't find mine, but then magically found it today. So it's suction cups, and you hold this. So I know some of the reason why mine will slide is because, like, I'm afraid that I'm going to get too close to my finger. So this kind of helps with a little more of, like, feeling more secure or safe, I guess. There are bigger versions as well, I think, but I like this one. This is I want to say the Omni Grid version. What happened? No, right here. Okay, so now we're going to draw a line down the middle of these straps. I'm going to move my roll mat because we're not going to be pressing anything. So if you didn't see, Lizzie did set up a raffle copter for everybody to join. So please click the link and enter. So we are giving away a Swoon pattern of your choice and a Mrs. H pattern. Maureen, I have the TL2000. Which I generally really, really like. But today, it didn't like me. Ooh, Colleen, that does not sound fun. keep hearing things hit the ground, and I don't know what it is. Well, that time it was my straps. So I like to just get all this measuring and drawing out of the way so then I don't have to mess around with it again. That one I already did. Maureen, if you weren't here for the beginning of the live today, my Juki decided to eat my walking foot. So I have no clue what happened, but it is bent to heck. And now I need a new one. I don't know, maybe this will be something different for me, because if this does not work, or if I can't find a walking foot to get in time for tomorrow, I might have to switch to my domestic vintage Singer 201 in order to finish the Sewalong or continue the Sewalong. Excuse my yawning. Lizzie, luckily, knock on wood, I am okay with not cutting myself, but when it comes to poking myself, burning myself, I need whatever can protect me from that. There was, did it go on my finger? I don't know, but there was a time that my needle broke in my machine and somehow ended up in my finger. That wasn't fun either. Mary, a walking foot, well, kind of looks like this when it's not broken, which mine very much is. So I don't know why I'm trying to put this back together, but anyways, so it looks like this, and it has feet on the bottom to help feed your layers through. So it's good for things that have a lot of layers, so that it'll feed the top, and your feed dogs on your machine will feed the bottom ideally at the same rate. So I know bag makers like to use them. I know quilters like to use them. And a Teflon foot is like this one that I have on my machine right now. It's the like white plastic foot instead of a metal foot, and that is generally used to help your material not stick when you're trying to sew. So good with like vinyl and leather. Hey, Monica. Okay, I just want to make sure that the handle, I'm going to assume that it is going to be sewn the same way. But I swear it doesn't actually say to fold the handle. Oh, never mind, I see it. Ignore me. Hey, Nova. Okay, so now is double-sided tape time. So this one that I'm using is 1/4 inch. And this one is from Sewalong. And I always say that it is the stickiest tape in the world. So definitely do not sew through it unless you have an industrial and it can handle it. Otherwise, you will have skipped stitches and or gummed needles. Mary, sometimes it's called a non-stick foot. So that may have been what you saw. Thank you, Maureen. So when you are running the double-sided tape down the center, make sure that you are as close to, like, the middle of your tape should be the middle of your line. You don't want to be on one side of the line or the other, because then when you fold it in, the edges won't touch. That problem is usually alleviated if you use thicker tape, but if you use thicker tape, then you are more likely to get it in your seam allowance. So sometimes it's a little dependent on, you know, what you think you are better at. So we have a really busy April ahead of us. I can't believe it's April already, or it will be very shortly. If you are not following the Mrs. H group, make sure you join there as well so that you can keep tabs on everything that is going on, because there's a lot of it. So we will have lots of different events that I'm not sure that I can talk about yet, Lizzie. All month long, and hoping to have some other surprises for you all as well. Also next month, Shanova is doing Sewalong for the Frankie from Swoon. That's the one with the twist lock or whatever lock on the top of the bag. And she's doing the Dainty Day Tripper from Mrs. H as well, which is like the cutest looking backpack ever. Monica. Monica, I can see your name on my calendar, but I can't remember what it's for. I know you're doing something the first weekend. Kobe, seriously, you did not miss anything. I was fighting with my machine for like 10-15 minutes, and then I was drawing lines with a Sharpie for another 10 minutes, and now I'm just getting to taping. So now we want to fold our edges in. Thank you. Yes, Monica is sewing the Maisie on April 1st. April Fool's Day. So fold the edges in and press down where the tape is. But when you do your other side, make sure you do not go all the way to the other end. So Monica likes to say that you leave a gap in there, like a 1/16 of an inch, so that when you fold your straps together, it doesn't leave it as bulky, and it also doesn't leave one side of the strap wider than the other. And just using the standard Wonder clips, except these are the knockoff ones off Amazon because they are much cheaper, much cheaper than Clover Wonder clips. Sorry, Clover. And sometimes I break them, and if I pay Wonder clip money for it, I'm going to be very angry if I break it. Belle, I know you've watched a good number of our sew-alongs, so do you actually sew along with us, or you just watch for the company or entertainment? So remember, when we do this, there are 4 bottom straps and 2 top straps. So your top straps are longer than your bottom straps. So you will have 4 shorter straps that are the bottom, and then the 2 longer top straps plus the handle. Does anybody like sewing straps? I know for every single sewing task or whatever there is at least one person that likes doing it. So I'm sure there is somebody who loves sewing straps, because we have people who love cutting, we'll have people who love to interface, we have people who love zippers. Belle, well, we are always available if you need anything. What, Michelle, the straps? when I was still using a domestic, I hated sewing straps because that's where my tension would usually act up. And I would have skip stitches. So like I would have like a nice run of stitches and then like 3 skip stitches and then a nice run and then like 2 skip stitches. But that's not really as much of an issue with the Juki. So it's not as bad. But I hate this part. Colleen, I love it. Hold on to your wallet. So what is what is the thing that is holding you back from it? Or from starting? So, funny story, right before I went live, no joke, it was like 6:55. And earlier today, I had put up another one of the pegboards from IKEA, actually right behind me. So I had put it up and, was starting to move things over. And then right at 6:55, the whole dang thing comes crashing down. And all I could think of was, thank goodness that did not happen during the live. But yeah, so like half hour ago, there was a pegboard behind me. Now it's on the floor. Belle, just jump right in. Once you do, I promise you will be like, what was I waiting for? Like, your bags might not be perfect, but you are going to learn from every single one that you make. Guaranteed. Yeah, Michelle, I did, but it really wasn't that bad until right before the live. I was productive. I had worked on my upcoming website, did some social media, did some work email, made lunch, and then at like 6:45, all heck broke loose. Well, that's because I know I will get to come sew with you all. So usually that makes it all better. I mean, it doesn't solve everything, but... Oh no, I didn't put tape on this one. Michelle, I am using Wax double-sided tape. This tape is super, super, super sticky. So don't sew through it, so keep it out of your seam allowance. But it is great at keeping things in place. So it comes in multiple widths. I think 1/4 inch is the smallest. And it's actually on sale this month. So for the rest of March, it's 20% off. No, I don't work for Wawak. It's really sad that I know that. But it's because I've been stalking the website waiting for Gutermann thread and for needles and for number 3 zippers to go back on sale. Yay, Mary, I am so honored to be sewing your first bag with you. Colleen, buy it from Wawak. It is cheap. It is really sticky. And it's a pretty big roll. Yay, Katie. That's 2 new people. Anybody else making their first? Valerie, I haven't yet, just because I have been using them to kind of practice taking pictures, because I am really, really bad at taking photos. Cheryl, was that yes to your first bag? And yay, Catherine. So if that was a yes from Cheryl, then that makes it, what, 4 new people? Michelle, as long as you have the right, like, tools to sew through vinyl, you'll be fine. I think the most intimidating thing to me when I started was, like, what to use and what to buy. Because I know that I can't use, like, not every single type of vinyl is good for bag making. And I didn't know how to tell the difference. And now it's gotten to the point where I can almost just look at the picture and know. Okay, so we have all of our straps and stuff taped down, clipped down, and ready to go. Let me get this out of the way. Grab some water because I'm thirsty. Katie, it's really hard to describe. Like, this one that I'm using right now is super, super nice. And it has a, like, it is very short, fuzzy back. That sounds so disgusting. Anyway, so the back looks like this. So you can tell that it's like a little fuzzy, but it's not like some of the other vinyls out there that have like a really, really fuzzy back. I don't have any on me right now that has that, so I can't show you the... Oh yeah, marine vinyl works very well. So I should test my stitches, but you already know I'm not going to. Okay, so remember, everything that we top stitch is going to be 1/8 of an inch from the edge. And that's generally for most designers that I've seen. And for your straps, if you are making fabric straps, make sure you follow the step that says to fold up one of the short edges of each of the bottom straps. And that's just to get you a cleaner finish. So for example, if this was your bottom strap and this was fabric, like before you fold it in like this, you would fold it down and like this. And then your edges will be clean. Which one is it? And also for the bottom straps, we need to trim the inner corners to kind of take out some bulk. So bottom straps only, there's 4 of them. So we're just going to cut a small triangle out of there, just like that. So when you fold it together, it is thinner. Double check the instructions. Trim a triangle from the top point of the slit to the corner. Okay, I lied. So because we are using vinyl, we are going to trim all the layers together. So you will get an angled edge. If you are using fabric straps, take a look at the instructions. It'll tell you to do a 1/2 inch slit on the strap. So like right here between the 2 folded raw edges, you're going to cut a 1/2 inch. And then you're going to fold the slit over right here down, and then you are going to then put them together. So if this was fabric, it would look like this, but obviously a lot cleaner because it won't be that thick. I'm pretty sure you only have to do that on one end because your other end is going to be sewn into a seam anyway. So just going to take the piece that I cut out last time from the last piece and kind of just use that as a template to gauge how much to cut off so that my cuts are relatively even. And I'm at stitch length 4.5. And I'm just stopping to double check my tension to make sure that everything is good before I keep going, and so far it is. Oh no, hopefully nobody else is glitching because I'm not actually using my Wi-Fi this time. No. Alright, let me check my phone real quick. Hang on. I don't get it. I don't have the internet on. I'm using my phone, so... Okay, let me restart. Oh, wait, is it good? I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to keep going unless someone tells me that it's still freezing. So please let me know if it is. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened. Okay, so I'm going to show you more of what not to do. So I have skip stitches. Actually, I have a lot of skip stitches. Why? Okay, well, I can live with this end, but this end I can't, so I'm going to have to rip them out. But you see how the corner cuts across diagonally because it didn't catch? So I am guessing that when I stopped with my needle down at the corner to pivot, I didn't let the machine finish the stitch, so it didn't lock that stitch in. And then I continued sewing, so then it connected with the next stitch instead. Sorry, that was horrible lighting. You couldn't see. So hopefully you can see now. Lizzie, I am actually on my mobile internet today. So, because I know yesterday that worked out better. So I don't know what is going on. Some people don't like to rip stitches from vinyl. But if there is a mistake, something that I want to fix, I will rip the stitches. If it doesn't work out, as in the holes are really bad, then at that point I will reassess, and if I can, I will cut through, or I will cut a new piece. But until then, I'm just going to drop down my stitch length to a 4. I'm going to increase my presser foot pressure. I hate saying that phrase. And what is going on? Nope. Skip stitches again. Susan, that's why I like to sew with knits. And mostly knits that don't need to be hemmed, like athletic. Hi, Inga. Katie, are you asking me if I have rats nesting, or you're telling me that you have rats nesting? I'm going to change the foot because I think that that is the one causing me issues. So I'm going to switch to this little tiny hinged zipper foot. Katie, did you use double-sided thread? Or double-sided tape, sorry. And what kind of needle and thread are you using? Inga, you crack me up. No problem, Deb. Welcome. It has been a really, really weird day today, so the Sewalong's just a little off. What size needle? So I'm going to tell you what I learned when I was getting a lot of nesting on the bottom. So it's either your needle, your thread, or your tension. And I remember reading that and going, okay, that doesn't really narrow it down any. So, what material are you sewing? Are you using woven fabric or are you using vinyl? Katie, do you have a bigger needle? I would try a needle that is a bit bigger than the 8012. Yeah, see, and everybody's going to have different, my lines are not straight. Everybody's going to have different results with their machines, because everybody's machine is going to want something different. But for my Juki, I've found out that it likes to use 100/16 size, along with, and it works with all-purpose or bonded nylon. I generally use bonded nylon on vinyl, but I realized I don't have any in brown. So I did not want to use black, gray, white, gold, or rainbow. So I need to get some more. Does it sound different than your machine when it's sewing? Okay, so with these edges, because I should not want to stick my hand in there, grab my stiletto. So stiletto is a sharp, pointy thing that has a rough edge to it. So it feels kind of like sandpaper. And it helps you guide your fabric. I hate you. I haven't used my old Singer in a while, so I can't even remember what it sounds like. Hi, Norma. Welcome. So when I am sewing the edge that has the two folds, what I like to do is keep one finger, I don't know if you can see, but keep one finger like an inch above the, or in front of the foot, to keep that bottom layer staying exactly here. And then I use this hand to make sure that my top layer is folded over to meet the bottom layer so that it's even. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's not my day, y'all. Not my day. Yeah, this happened during the Sydney, too. Well, not this, but issues. But hey, that's reality, right? Deb, I did not know that. Good, Kitty. I'm glad that worked out better. So if that looks better, but you're still having a little bit of issues, you might just want to nudge your upper tension a little tighter, but only do that if you have to. What is going on? My thread keeps jumping out of my needle. Ugh. So it is time. Yeah, I don't know where my little screw thing is, so I usually will use whatever is close by. What did I do with my little box that had all my needles in it after it went crashing to the ground? I thought I put it... Oh, on it. Ooh, thanks for reminding me, Inga. I forgot to upload the updated file with the links to everything. So I will try to remember to do that before tomorrow's live. And if I forget, please remind me, because I get distracted easily. Okay, so because my thread kept escaping my needle, I changed needles. Yay! I'm glad you were able to get one. I love that thing. It is the best for straps. Okay, somebody tell me what causes your thread to constantly escape the needle. I don't understand. Like, I get if it broke. I mean, I guess it did have to break. But they didn't even, like, move. Like, there was no tugging or anything. I'm gonna blame it on the thread. So it is Coats and Clark. Is it Coats and Clark? Whatever it is. Dual duty. I usually don't use it. No. I mean, there is, but it's all the way, the double-sided tape is all the way right here on the edge, so I'm not even sewing where that is right now. There shouldn't be, because I literally just changed the needle to a brand new needle. Nope, no sticking. Hang on, let me find another alternative for thread. So I don't understand. Why don't I have any brown? Well, I can tell you it's because I usually don't like to sew with brown, but that needs to go next on my list. I'm going to blame it on the cheap thread. Thread broke like 3 times. Where is my brush? Okay, going to try this again, except I need another bobbin. Typically, I do use Gutermann, but I didn't have a good brown, so I used a random Coats and Clark that I had. And I don't know, maybe my machine doesn't like that. So I found something Gutermann that is not perfectly matched, but you know what? Whatever. Good enough, right? Okay, well, I'm winding a new bobbin now, so I didn't fill this one all the way. Hi, Sheila. Okay. So now let's try rethreading the machine. And I will try this with a different one. It happened again. All right, so let's loosen the thread tension a little. No, Inga, spoke too soon. I was just about to say that it worked, and then it didn't. I wonder if whatever messed up my walking foot messed with something else on my machine. The weird thing is, I don't know what it is. Okay, so I just tried loosening the top tension a little bit like Nova suggested, and let's see. Ugh! Every time I think that it gets it, it doesn't. Spoke too soon again. Okay, let me grab some cotton. No, I'm not Deb, because it happened with the Teflon foot too. So question, how do you get service from a Juki dealer if you don't have a Juki dealer near you? Just take it to Joe Schmo Sew Vac. Okay, so it didn't happen with the cotton. So I'm going to guess that it has to do with not using my walking foot. Kathy, it has not happened at all before I just sat down to sew today. I just used it a couple of days ago. I was making a NCW and it was fine. And now it's not. Hey, Ingrid. So maybe it is that I'm not using a walking foot, because 99% of the time I have a walking foot on my machine. Yes. Thank you, Lizzie. The NCW is a necessary clutch wallet from our friend over at Emmeline Bags. Maybe, because this one is smoother than what I usually use. But if there's a way that I can, like, rig this. I'm not convinced that it's the needle, though. Oh my. Nope. Nope, this is not riggable. Okay, well, we might have to call it a night tonight. And either I need to find a walking foot to see if that solves the problem, or I need to take it in for service. And if that happens, then I need to set up one of my other machines to sew tomorrow. Yes, Inga, you missed it. I don't know what happened to my walking foot, but this is what it looked like when I started. Like, I don't know how this happened. No, nobody uses my machine, just me, and it's in a room that is closed. So it is really, really weird. I just thought about something. Remember I told you that my, the pegboard that I put up fell down like 5 minutes before the live? Maybe it fell and hit this. Wait. No, that couldn't have happened because my machine was already over here. I really don't know what happened. It's gonna bother me now. I am hoping to be able to go to my local quilt shop tomorrow. They sell jukies. Could probably get a foot from them. It's probably going to be an arm and a leg, but so be it. Well, since I'm not sewing now, I have some show and tell I can do. Let me grab Delva, I'm not sure what it's called. It's like a zipper foot, but it's hinged, but it's got like the line down the middle, so it sews down the middle instead of on the side. Hey Lizzie, can you drop the Rafflecopter link, please? Okay. So, if you have not heard, I am starting a new business venture where I will be setting up basically bag making kits for specific patterns. So somebody can go and buy the entire kit and not have to pick up anything else. I'm not going to include like thread and needles, but at some point I will have that available too. If people want to add that on, like if they only sew with garments and have never needed to use a needle that big. Lizzie. See, the thing is, Delva, I've been like this and this. That's what I sew with. No, Cheryl, you don't have to overlock the edges. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, for the kit. So, it's going to be kind of like hardware kits that places like Emmeline Bags carry for specific bags. But it is going to have everything with it. So, like material and interfacing and stabilizer and hardware, zippers, everything. So the hard part for people who are new to bag making, and I say this because not too long ago that was me, was knowing what to buy. And I was actually helping somebody, I think in a different Facebook group, who was setting up her Emmeline cart for making her first bag. She had a bag that she wanted to make, and I was helping her pick out the correct interfacing and everything that she needed. So, by the time everything was said and done, her cart was over $200. So that is quite an investment, and it is because you have to buy things in quantity that is more than what you really need for that project. But what if you spend like $250 on supplies and you decide you hate bag making? Like, what a waste. So it will come with pretty much exact amounts of fabric that you will need. And it does not include the pattern. So I was going to include the pattern, but I know that there are many people like me who will buy lots of patterns at once and not use them. So I'm pretty sure that there are people out there who haven't used a specific bag pattern, but have it already. So There will be different promo codes depending on which designer and which bag you select. But that is what I'm working on, and it is called the Bagmaker's Box. So brilliant name. Thank you, Lizzie, for helping with that. And so I've been spending a lot of time not sewing and sourcing material and stuff instead. So I have some vinyl samples that I can show you. I have not decided on what colors because literally these vinyls come in like 14 different colors each. So I haven't decided yet, but so first, yes, they will be sold through my website. And if this is something that you would like to know more about, I am hoping to launch soon, next month. But the first run is going to be really limited. So if you are interested, go to the website. It is weftandwarpco.com. Hopefully, Lizzie, you can pop that link in there. And you can sign up for the mailing list and you'll be notified when it launches. I am only shipping to US and Canada for the first round, but I am hoping to be able to do it internationally going forward after that. There was another question that I was going to answer, and so I said that the first one was limited. Oh, the other thing is I am partnering with a bunch of other small businesses, ones that I personally shop at and use and support and don't have a problem supporting. So that includes Swoon and Mrs. H, obviously. Also going to be featuring Emmeline bags, products and patterns, Oro Rosa patterns, lavender and twine patterns, Lynn's handmade design patterns, hint hint. The first Lynn's pattern that I'm doing or offering is the H2O to go bag. I know that one is a pretty popular one. Different companies like Blended Thread Fabrics that offer some of the best prints to make bags with. I know there are more. Oh, the Styled Magnolia, which has some of my favorite floral prints to make bags with. And there's more. I can't remember. But anyway, so let's get to the fun stuff. So this is a obviously metallic gold. And this is just kind of like, it looks really nice. Like it's not the kind of vinyl that looks like a film that will come off, or it doesn't rub off or scratch off or anything. So this one comes in obviously different colors. So I got the gold and the rose gold to test before I decide what I'm going to order for this kind. This one is a small holographic dot one. Hopefully you can see the holographic dots. This one I just got on a plain gray background, but again, it comes in 20 other colors. Thank you, Michelle. This one I got on kind of like a oystery background, also holographic. And it has, oh, all the backings on these are like the kind of like felt, but not as felty, I guess you could say. And this one kind of like, I call this one like the Starburst one. This one is like holographic rainbow lines. And this is the purple colorway. And I got this one, this sample, because I felt like it showed the rainbow colors the best. And then there's this one, which I also got in purple, which is funny because I don't like purple. But it also showed the holographic the best as well. So it's like a, I don't really know how to describe this pattern. It's like, it kind of reminds me of like a pointy skyline over water or like mountains or something. And it is soft. So all of them are like, they're not super stiff, but they're not floppy either. So, and then lastly, we have this one, which is really similar, if not almost the same as what Alicia had offered in one of the Swoon boxes back when that was still a thing. So this is like the triangle refracted geo look. So the caveat is, at the moment, I have no plans on selling this stuff on its own. So I will only be selling it in kits. And I will only be selling like ones that you can't just go to some other, any website and buy. So I'm probably not going to carry things like regular black, solid color, whatever. I mean, I will, but I'm not going to special order them and have it shipped on a boat or airplane over here. So at some point, when I have the space and business allows, I will consider expanding to sell just this stuff. But at the moment, I also have some hardware that should be on its way soon. So when that gets here, I can show you. Kimmy, the vinyls are from a manufacturer overseas. So I didn't get it from a shop. I love Smarties too. Sorry, Devil. It's been a rough day, so I needed to cheer myself up with some candy. So another show and tell thing. If you follow Jess, aka Okla Roots, or was it Saya? I don't know if it was Saya from Saya Swag. I think there were two of them. They had talked about leather engraved tags from a small company called Heartwood and Hide. So I had actually ordered some to try out, because there are bags where, like right now, my metal tags I only have in rose gold. So I just ordered them in gunmetal, so they're on the way, but like sometimes you make a bag and rose gold and gunmetal is not going to match because you didn't use that color hardware. So I decided to get some of the leather engraved tags to use when I'm not using the metal tags. So this is what they look like. They are sturdy. It is leather, not faux leather, not vinyl. It is laser engraved, so it feels like it's embossed. So it's basically burnt into there. But if you look closely, and hopefully this will focus well enough, you can see the level of detail that is in there and just like how fine it can get. Like that is a needle in the middle of a flower, and it was able to make that. So this color I want to say is, I don't know, like brown, light brown, something like that. This color, she also hand paints her leather. So she custom dyes a lot of her leather as well. So this blue one, I have no idea what the name is. Oh, you know what? It's on the bag. Duh. Berry turquoise. So this one is berry turquoise. And I like it because you can see like the diagonal lines, like almost like you can see like the brush strokes. Deb, you can rivet them on or you can sew them on. I will probably be sewing them on just because my logo's really close to the edges. And then I also got red. So this is the red version. And this one is my favorite. This is creamsicle. So it is nice and stripy and shimmery and also orange, which is my favorite color. So again, the website is Heartwood and Hyde. So HeartWood and Hyde, HIDE. She does have a long turnaround time right now because of all the business that she's gotten. But on top of that, I also have custom tags designed by me and made by her that will be specifically in my boxes. So I will release what they look like soon, but I think they are super, 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 super cute. And I want to keep them all instead of putting them in the boxes. Ingrid, I got 25 of them. And thank you, Lizzie, for putting that in the comments. So hopefully as I get more of my supplies and materials in, I will continue to do sneak peeks because I love you guys, you all, not you guys, sorry. And you've kept me company even when my machine doesn't want to work. So we're going to call it a night for tonight. I am going to go to my quilting store tomorrow, try to find a Juki walking foot. Hopefully that fixes it. If not, I will set up probably on my vintage Singer 201 and pray that that one works out. So, all right. Sorry about all the mishaps today, but that is reality and that's what happens. And I hate to say it, but it happens more often than not when I'm trying to sew. So that's life. If you all have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. Tag me. If you have any sewing questions, feel free to tag me or any of the other modmins. We'd be more than happy to help. And otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow, same time, and with a working machine. Have a good night.